Alright, so many people have been asking how to set these sx700, sx600, sx720, 920, 900 for worship, what voice to use. So I'll be giving you my setup most times I use for worship. So this is where you select voices. Mind you, it has 3 voices. You select your voices in this one and you activate the voices in this one. So right 1, right 2, right 3, then it has a left voice. Probably you want to put strings or bass in case there's no bassist, you understand. So let's go straight into it. So the first voice, I'm going to select it. You can see it here. This is where you choose the voices you want depending on what you want. So I'm going to be using the first voice here, concert ground, and this is my setup for concert ground to what I like. You understand? Might not like what I like. You can tweak your voice. That's why a keyboardist tweak your voice to what you want. You understand? So what I do is my volume, depending on how loud it is, I can just put it at 100. Then sound, this I'm going to reduce my release. That's because I'm using a sustain pedal and I want to have full control of what I'm doing. So -64. Cut off, this is just to reduce the sharpness. So this is how it sounds. So if I reduce the cut off a bit, depending on the voice you want, you understand? You can see. So this is how it sounds. So this is the setting I'm using for the first voice. So I'll go back. This is it. So I'll go back. So if you see, this is the second voice. I want to now change it. So I'm going to select the voice. So this I'll be working with choir and pad. In choir and pad, I'll be working with dark fat. So this is the pad I mostly use. You understand? So what I just do, nothing much. I just reduce the volume to my desired pad, depend on the atmosphere. The reason why I'm saying it is that depend on the atmosphere is because I cannot know the atmosphere you are under. You understand? So when I reduce this, the octave is in 0. So when I activate it now, you can see I already activated it. You can see pad is there already. So for the third voice, it's something I use occasionally depending on how the song is going. So you can decide to put strings, and if I suggest any strings you are going to put, you can decide to put strings pad, but that's not what I want to use. You understand? For that string pad, you can add it underneath. It gives you this nice sharp worship atmosphere. You understand? But for this one, I want to use this synth. I want to use synth. Look at it, synth. Under synth, I'll be using bright pad bell. Yes, you understand. So this is how it sounds without piano and this thing. This is how it sounds. So all I need to just do is to reduce the volume a bit, depending on what I want to do. I use it once in a while. How? Maybe I want to solo like something like this. You get? I'm playing on octave. Then, so reduce the volume. You can also play it underneath, but make sure the volume is down. It gives you this sharp. Again, you open my eyes, stuff like that. So this is it. This is how to set for your worship. If you now want to set for bass, you can just click on your left, choose the bass you want, bass line, go for, I use sub bass, go for sub bass, then you split your keyboard into two. So this is my setup most times for worship, depending on the atmosphere. There are other times I don't use grand piano. I use strings, dark fat saw, which is the pad, then organ, or depending on what I want to do, you understand. So this is my setup for it. So, and also what I do sometimes is in this concert ground, sometimes I used to increase my octave to 1 and leave the rest at 0. This just give me a balance, like, okay. So the pad plays background and I'm having that sharp sound as you get, as the concert ground, that sharp sound at the top. So that's my setup for worship.